Hello, my name is Michelle, and this is Full Bottle Worthy. Today I'm going to be talking about fragrances with a note of heliotrope. So if that sounds good to you, please stay tuned. Heliotrope is a beautiful purple floral that has almond and vanilla-like qualities. It tends to be a little hazy or powdery in the way that it wears. I find it quite magical and fairy-like. It's a note that I really love, so I'm quite excited to share with you the fragrances in my collection that have the note of heliotrope. I have divided this video up. First, I'm going to be discussing just straight heliotrope fragrances, and then I'm going to go into heliotrope fragrances with a little bit of a green note. Then I have some aldehydic heliotrope fragrances, and lastly, I have sweet heliotrope fragrances. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Our first heliotrope fragrance is Heliotrope Blanc by LT Piver. Now, this is a classic. It's been around for over 100 years, and the main notes are heliotrope, almond, and vanilla. This is a very light wearing fragrance, so I tend to apply it liberally, as you'll see from the dent in the bottle. But I paid about $20 for this, so I'm not upset about that. I would say the longevity on this is about 3 to 4 hours with a moderate projection. Again, this is Heliotrope Blanc by LT Piver. And next we have Heliotrope by Etro. This is eau de toilette, and it tends to last about 4 to 6 hours. The main notes are almond, heliotrope, iris, vanilla, and tonka bean. This is a straightforward heliotrope fragrance, so there isn't much more to the composition than that. Just a little bit of a vanillic, hazy, almond-like fragrance. Again, this is Etro's Heliotrope. Now we're going to move into heliotrope fragrances with a bit of a green note. This is Tardes by Carner, Barcelona. And the main notes are almond, geranium, plum, cedar, celery, heliotrope, and tonka bean. And I find the celery is where the greenness comes from. And it really cuts through the richness of the tonka bean and the heliotrope, which bring an almond-like vanillic facet. So it just really rounds out the composition. This is such a gorgeous scent. I tend to wear this to brunch, to baby showers, to work. It lasts about 5 to 6 hours with a medium sillage and projection. Again, this is Tardes by Carner, Barcelona. Next, we have a gorgeous scent by Frederic Malle. It is L'Eau de Verre. And the main notes are heliotrope, iris, musk, angelica, honey, bergamot, and hawthorn. What you find in this composition is a very light wearing, airy composition, slight almond touch to it, a little bit of a powderiness, and then that angelica adds just this slight greenness to it. It is a light wearing fragrance. I would call it unisex. It really doesn't lean one way or the other for me. Again, this is Frederic Malle's L'Eau de Verre. Now we're going to move into the aldehydic heliotrope fragrances. And first we have Stairway to Heaven by Jules Matte. And the main notes are aldehydes, bergamot, heliotrope, red berries, orris musk, gunpowder, cashmere, and incense. And the concept behind this fragrance was what it would smell like as you were walking up to heaven. And so that gunpowder note and the incense denotes sort of this burning sensation in the background. And the aldehydes and the heliotrope and the musk really give sort of like this cloudy like feeling to the fragrance. It is such a gem. I have never smelled anything quite like this, and it's incredibly transportive. And I don't know about you, but I want to be on the stairway to heaven. So I find that this lasts about 6 hours with a moderate projection. Again, this is Stairway to Heaven by Jules Matte. Next, we have Metallique by Tom Ford. This is a gorgeous aldehydic heliotrope fragrance, and the main notes are aldehydes, pink pepper, bergamot, heliotrope, hawthorn, lily of the valley, vanilla, ambrette, and sandalwood. I find that this fragrance has a very boudoir, kind of old Hollywood smell to it. It does have the vanilla, it has the almond like facets, but the aldehydes are quite strong in this composition. So the first time I tried it, I wasn't really sure about it, but luckily I went back a few months later and I fell in love with this fragrance. It has a strong projection and tends to last 7 to 8 hours on me. It is so beautiful and feminine. Again, this is Metallique by Tom Ford. Now we're moving in to the sweet heliotrope fragrances. And first I have Rouge Smoking by BDK Parfums. This is a gorgeous scent. It really is perfect for a date night or an evening out. Has moderate longevity. I would say I get about 6 hours out of this with, moderate projection as well. The notes are cherry, pink pepper, bergamot, vanilla, heliotrope, orange blossom, tonka bean, cashmere wood, musk, and violet. It is such a beautiful scent. It really reminds me of a night out and being in my true femininity. The cherry in here and the heliotrope, just so beautiful. There's such an airiness about this, but because it has the musk and the cashmere wood, there's a sensuality to this fragrance. So it's not overly juvenile, it's actually quite womanly when I wear it. Again, this is Rouge Smoking by BDK Parfums. Next, we have Gritti's Tutu, which is an Extrait de Parfum. This is a gorgeous scent with the notes of coconut, apple, cassis, heliotrope, raspberry, musk, and vanilla. And the inspiration behind this was ballerinas. And this is such a beautiful, graceful, feminine scent. I honestly feel like a princess when I wear it. I feel so graceful and so beautiful. I do get about 7 to 8 hours when I wear this with a moderate projection. It is powdery, it's airy, it's vanillic, it's almondy, it's coconutty. There's just so much going on with this. Again, this is Tutu by Gritti. Next, we have Memo Paris's Granada. This is such a gorgeous scent that I tend to get about 8 to 10 hours with a moderate projection. It's incredibly feminine and beautiful and powdery. The main notes are pomegranate, orange blossom, jasmine, bergamot, heliotrope, and musk. And I have to say, when I wear this, I feel like such a beautiful woman, so pulled together. The pomegranate and the bergamot really cut through the orange blossom and the jasmine and the heliotrope to bring such a harmonious composition together. I love this fragrance. Again, it's Granada by Memo Paris. Last but not least, we have Love Delight by Amouage. I absolutely love this fragrance, and it was supposed to smell like walking into a patisserie shop, and I agree with that. It has the notes of mandarin orange, ginger, rosewater, heliotrope, rose, vanilla, and cacao. And what you find here is there's an almond powderiness with vanilla, orange, and rose. And it's just so beautiful. It's a floral gourmand. So it's not completely in the floral category or the gourmand category. It really is in between. I find that this lasts 8 to 10 hours with a beautiful scent bubble around me, beautiful sillage. Again, this is Love Delight by Amouage. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear in the comments, what are your favorite heliotrope fragrances? Are any of them mentioned in this video, or do you have some you could suggest to me? Leave them in the comments below. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.